welcome to SVG-TV's news for Thursday, June 5th, 2025. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. The world's largest floating bookstore, the MV Logos Hope, officially opened its doors to the Vincentian public today. A special opening ceremony was held on board the ship this morning, attracting the interest of book lovers and the curious visitors alike. This marks the vessel's 7th visit to Kingston, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Director of the ship, Edward David, expressed appreciation for the warm reception the crew has consistently received.
And the project of Logos Hope is to promote global well-being achieved through various means, and the way we do it is by sharing knowledge. Knowledge is fundamental to personal growth, and also it lays a foundation for life's opportunity. And each visit that we've come here, and also in other places around the world, we are here to inspire so that the communities have eagerness to purchase some quality books that we have displayed in our book fair. And we look forward to welcoming many of you to come and browse around our book fair and enjoy the books that we have from diverse collection. And the second way we do this is by sharing help. We want to demonstrate God's love through practical actions.
The Logos Hope docked at Port Kingston a few days ago, and Captain Inot Vlad shared that the crew is eager to serve the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines throughout the ship's stay.
Motion, but today we have paused not just to berth, but to connect. We haven't just docked, but we've arrived. And we are not just here to operate, but to relate, to listen, to serve, and to celebrate the nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Vincent and the Grenadines has always been generous with us in hospitality, and in the true spirit of the Caribbean, where smiles are real and the community is sacred, we say today from our hearts, thank you for having us back. We're grateful, we are honored, and above all else, we love this nation. May this visit be a blessing to all who come on board, and may it strengthen the ties between us.
The ship is operated by a crew of approximately 350 international volunteers representing over 60 nationalities. In addition to offering thousands of books at affordable prices, the Logos Hope also hosts cultural events, school visits, and community outreach activities. The ship will remain open to the public for a limited time, giving residents the opportunity to explore its wide selection of educational and inspirational literature. Minister of Education Curtis King has described Logos Hope as a valuable partner that continues to inspire and transform lives through its volunteer-driven services. Speaking at the official opening ceremony on board the Logos Hope today, Minister King said he has personally witnessed the ship's support to nations, including St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
The books and messages you bring aboard your vessel represent opportunities for growth, reflection, and deeper understanding of history, our world, and of course, our faith. Moreover, not many persons know this component of your work, but as someone who witnessed it firsthand, I have to mention it. Moreover, the community work you perform and the health clinics that you provide to residents remind us of the strong bond of solidarity that is still possible among humanity.
He emphasized that the thousands of books available on board have the potential to positively impact lives across the country, especially by encouraging a culture of reading and lifelong learning.
Reading life, reading wisdom, and reading purpose. Moreover, as our country continues to strengthen its commitment to education, literacy, and moral values. We don't talk a lot about that, but yes, and moral values. We recognize that books are more than bound pages. They are also windows into a deeper understanding of history, faith, and the possibilities that lie ahead. I therefore encourage everyone to explore the wealth of knowledge and faith that the MV Logos offers, knowing that every book open is a door to new possibilities.
The Logos Hope is open to the public daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. until June 15th. Visitors can explore extensive book fair as well as learn more about the ship's global mission of knowledge, help, and hope. In other news, as the 2025 hurricane season begins, the Central Water and Sewer Authority, the CWSA, is reminding customers to manage their household water storage arrangements in anticipation of any approaching weather systems and potential disruption of water supply. In a news release issued today, the CWSA cautioned that the passage of a storm, hurricane, or any adverse weather event could cause damage or blockages to one or more of its water supply systems. This may result in service interruptions lasting up to 48 hours while restoration work is carried out. The Water Authority is encouraging the public to stay informed by closely monitoring advisories from the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, and the Meteorological Office. The CWSA added that regular updates will be provided via local media and its official Facebook page to keep customers informed throughout the hurricane season. Today marks the observance of World Environment Day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, held this year under the global theme Beat Plastic Pollution. Local non-governmental organizations are voicing growing concerns over the country's ongoing struggle with plastic pollution. Energize Earth SVG, a non-profit organization, has launched a week-long awareness campaign to commemorate the day. The campaign focuses on content creation that highlights the impacts of plastic pollution and offers practical solutions for reducing plastic waste.
The plastic pollution in our very small but blessed land, it's not only a health hazard, but we need to also be environmentally conscious. We at Energize Earth SVG, we have been trying dearly to combat the issue of pollution within our land, but we are just a small fraction of this country, and there's only so much we could do. The necessary items that we need in order to dispose of trash correctly, it's in place. And as a nation, we really can do better.
The organization hopes the initiative will inspire Vincentians to become more environmentally conscious and take steps towards protecting the natural environment. GEMS, Justice and Environment Movement SVG, another local environmental group, is also calling for greater action to address plastic pollution. Founder Dr. Andrew Simmons emphasized that everyone has a role to play in keeping the environment clean.
We are calling for actions to tackle plastic pollutions across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We want parents, children, everyone to participate in these actions. And we should start with us. Every time there's an effort to throw something out of the house into the stream, into the road, we should resist this. Because what we are doing, we are creating some serious problems for us as humans. We are creating places for mosquitoes.
Meanwhile, the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority has announced a cleanup activity scheduled for this Saturday at Warraku Beach. Communications Officer Tony Cabarro noted that the beach continues to suffer from frequent littering and urged the public to refrain from polluting the area.
Grenadines, this year we joined the global call to beat plastic pollution, a reminder to rethink how we use and dispose of plastic. For 18 years, the National Parks, Rivers and Beaches Authority has led the charge in environmental protection through beach cleanup, restoration, education, and community outreach. from the South Coast Marine Project to Sea Turtle Conservation Project to the Ekman Project and the Reef Guardian School Pilot Program, we continue to empower communities, especially youth, to protect and restore our coastal ecosystem. We are also hosting on Saturday, June 8th, from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. at the Waraku Beach. We are hosting a beach cleanup in partnership with the number 28 Kingston Girl Guides Company. And this is in celebration of World Environment Day and World Oceans Day.
World Environment Day is observed annually on June 5th and serves as a platform to raise awareness and encourage global and local action for environmental protection. Welcome back. Parents must be more involved in their children's lives, especially regarding social media. According to Surgeon Sion Shoy of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, Shoy made the remarks during an appearance on WFM's Cop Chat program this morning, emphasizing the crucial role parents play in protecting their children in the digital age. Shoy highlighted the growing influence of social media platforms on young people and warned that without proper supervision, children can be exposed to various online threats.
Right. First, I must say we are in a digital age, and this part, when it comes to children, have a lot of responsibility on the parent, because we're realizing, as you said, we're doing a lot of awareness presently. We're visiting schools, communities, speak about cyberbullying and cyber-related offenses. But what we really want to speak about this morning, according to the topic, is how to protect or how the children to be protected online, where the parent have a lot to play in this part. Because we know mostly all the children these days have devices, have access. So the parent is the one must set the rules and so on when it comes to children. You must monitor what they do online, because there are dangers out there. And I guarantee my other colleague will elaborate more on that. But this is what we want parents to be aware of. You must sit down, have a communication with the child. You must know exactly what is there. Allow them to know what application they are using. Make sure you give your parent your password and so on, that they could know what you are doing. You know, so this is one of the major challenges that we are facing when it comes to children online. And know what not to share and so on. Yeah, and so this is what we want parents. They have to be integrally involved in the parents, in the children life when it comes to social media.
Pointing out that the most common trend they are seeing is cyberbullying, Surgeon Shoy said it is important for both children and parents to understand that there are consequences for every action taken online. He encouraged parents to maintain open lines of communication with their children and to educate them about responsible online behavior.
One of the most common trends that is happening, especially right now, is cyberbullying. And that is the part that the parent had a lot to play, because every action, there are consequences, because there are laws that govern cyberbullying or any cyber-related offenses online. If it comes to sextortion, child pornography, harassment, violation of privacy, name it. So we want to ensure that parents, that there are consequences when the child posts content that is not for viewing, or try to make person feel embarrassed and so on. There are consequences. So you had a part to play in a child life when it comes to that. Because when you post something out there, you can't take it back. It's already gone. And that is one of the factors that we are facing in the schools presently, that when we speak to them, we tell them exactly the consequences. And when you post someone pictures or videos or images or statements, you may delete it, but it's never been deleted on the web. So this is it. There are consequences for every action of a child when it comes to cyber offenses and cyber related stuff. Actually, as you said, harassment is one we observe, along with cyberbullying and violation of privacy and sexual harassment. These are the common trends of cyber offenses that we are dealing with at the IT department.
Also speaking on the program was Assistant Director of the National Commission on Crime Prevention, Castellan Duncan. He provided practical advice on how parents can better educate and sensitize themselves on the risks children face online and how to create a safer digital environment.
People can't teach what they don't know, right? And a lot of the older parents, you know, they see maybe the technology as something far off, right? But in order to train up the child in the way he or she should go, they have to get involved. Yeah. YouTube is a free university. Everything is on YouTube. Understand me? Every brand, every model, almost everything you can think about is there. I would want to encourage parents who are not in the know to research these topics on YouTube. Understand me?
Okay.
But clearly at the ITSD, while we don't deal specifically with children per se, right? Because we cover all the government departments and ensure that they're secure and so on. We are open, you understand me? So that, so should someone come and say we need help to secure this device, we are more than willing to give that type of assistance, should that happen, right? But definitely, I would love to, be more from these, and even with hands-on, to show parents and so on how they can put these types of measures in place. Because like you properly said, children are intelligent. And the other thing is that parents need to be consistent with this, because children have these devices all the time, and the parents would, probably touch it once in a while and may not pay attention to these more important features that are needed to secure the child. So you have to be vigilant in terms of that. Check the history of the thing and so on. Because some children are even smart enough to delete the history.
The discussion forms part of an ongoing public education effort by local law enforcement to provide digitally safe and responsible online conduct among youth. Social worker Luann Boyd has warned that substance use can quickly escalate into addiction, especially among teenagers. Her remarks were made during the Police on the Beat program on NBC Radio on Monday evening, where the topic behind the high youth drug use, mental health, and violence we're not talking about was discussed. Boyd emphasized that when teens experiment with drugs or alcohol, they expose themselves to a range of heightened risk, including dependency, mental health challenges, and poor decision making.
When you take substances, you are not able to make wise choices for yourself, so it puts you at a higher risk of behaviors that could cause you to be assaulted, taken advantage of, making choices in sexual practices that may not be to your best interests. There are also some health consequences. You could get hurt, because you're, under influences, you could fall down, break a leg, damage some part of you. There could be, even to death. Doctor mentioned some stuff already, so it overlaps. In terms of legal problems, you could get in trouble with the law, because inadvertently, sometimes for persons to keep up the habit, they may have to commit crime. They may not have the money.
She also pointed to the influence of peer pressure as a key driver of youth substance abuse, quoting the well-known saying, "Birds of a feather flock together." Boyd explained that young people often engage in risky behaviors when surrounded by peers who use drugs or alcohol.
This time we know the adolescent years is one where children, yes, they are finding their independence, and there is some level of rebellion, rebelliousness, but this takes it to another height where the youth does not have the the reasoning capacity to listen to anybody. Sometimes there is levels of paranoia, so everything somebody say, they take it as one that's offensive to them. So it's a lot of things. And also what happens is that, the old adage still stands where birds of a feather flock together. So pairs who may start taking substances, they may find persons who do that. Yeah. So it just increases the issue, and they have, they feel comfortable continuing this trend, which ultimately would lead to their downfall if they don't stop or get help.
Boyd called for stronger community outreach, early intervention, and continued public education to help steer youth away from substance use and toward healthier choices.